We are into the conference tournament for ACC women's soccer, and it will be top-seeded Duke hosting, not really hosting, I guess, taking on fourth-seeded North Carolina. Nothing wrong with that matchup. Over at Wake Med Soccer Park tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. You can watch it on the ACC network. Robbie Church is the head coach for the Duke women. And this is it. This is the last go-round, as he has announced at the beginning of the season that this would be his last year. 20 NCAA tournament bids, with another one coming over the last 23 years. First of all, before we get to your team and the game, why did you decide that this would be it?
Hello. I think there was a number of factors in this decision. I've been coaching for 43 years. I've been blessed for 43 years to be coaching 24 years here at Duke. So, it was time, family commitments. Our daughter lives in Wilmington, and we're going to move down to the beach. We're going to move to Oak Island. We have a house there as soon as we're done. Our son's a basketball coach on the Michigan basketball staff. So we're going to spend some time in lovely Ann Arbor in January and February watching basketball games too. So I think it was just, it was a combination of things. We've got the right people in place. That was the most important thing in this decision, is making sure that we keep the rest of our staff. Kieran Hall, our associate head coach, is going to be elevated to head coach. And then, of course, Carl Overbeck.
I do.
Our legend Carl Overbeck will stay on and be associate head coach. So keeping them in place was, kind of our job last spring and I appreciate Nina and Todd and Chris and all the senior management here at Duke to make that happen.
First of all, you could have just stopped with we're moving to Oak Island. That would have been fine. Robbie Church, Duke women's soccer coach, is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. You trust Carla Overbeck even in a game like this in her North Carolina, legendary career?
I do. She's been at Duke for 30 years.
I know.
You know her well. I know. I've had the pleasure of working side by side with her for 24 years, and I will miss her and all our staff here a great, great deal. Just, they're just wonderful, wonderful people we have here, and I'm a very lucky person to be able to work with Carla and everybody on the staff for that long.
So last year, your team scored 15 goals in 16 games. 15,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Look, it's not easy to score a goal in soccer. I get it. My son's team, it's like watching grass grow. It's the hardest thing in the world, I think, at times. Sure. This year, you scored 53.
Yes.
Explain that to me.
How long am I on this call for?
I know the 13 different players on your team have scored. So,
yes.
How did that happen?
I think a lot of things. We got healthy. Number one, we were banged up in a lot of the attacking positions last year. Player development over the springtime was huge. Kieran, Carla, our staff did just a wonderful job of playing development over the springtime and transfer portal.
Yeah.
I didn't know I would ever say those words being at Duke. For so long, we were not on the transfer portal, but we had a couple things that happened. Some girls that had committed to us went pro before they went to college. Girls taking NIL went other places. So we had money available. We targeted attacking players. We targeted personalities that we felt that would fit in how we play. And, they've done an absolutely fantastic job. And then, once it's scoring goals is a lot, it's a lot about confidence.
Yeah.
And once we started seeing the ball, we scored 9 goals in the exhibition game against Furman, the first in very early August. We scored 3 goals. I think it was 3-4 at Nebraska, second game of the year. And then, probably the biggest conference of a conference was our first round with UNC. We won 1-0 here. But that was the first time we scored a goal in them in a long time. So, and then things just started to roll after that. We have been very, very consistent. Just we have quality attacking players. If it's off the dribble, if it's the serve from the flank, runs in the box, we've gotten more numbers in the box this year. And once we got in there, we have really done a great job of finishing.
Robbie Church, Duke women's head soccer coach, is joining us here. They'll take on North Carolina tomorrow night at 8 o'clock at Wake Med Soccer Park, which is just a great venue for the ACC tournament, Women's College Cup. I've seen so many matches there. It is a just awesome place, and the town of Cary, it's kind of on the cusp of Cary and Raleigh, just absolutely embraces it. But I'm curious, you've been coaching for 40 some odd years. You've been at Duke for 23. So you have seen the explosion of the women's game. You've been on the ground floor of this.
Yes.
How much big? Like, I don't even know how to ask the question. The game today, how do you compare it to 15 years ago with the growth and the amount of young women who are playing?
Yeah, it is, Adam. It's amazing. Where this game has come over a short period of time. And sometimes I just kind of, when I'm at the beach, I'm sitting on the dock looking over the water, you're like, oh my gosh, what? I mean, our games used to be 3 people and a dog, and that was it, and that was all over the games. We just played at Wake Forest, and they had almost 4,000 people. Wow. If you've been to a Duke Carolina game, they're both either at our place or at their place. They're all sold out. And the environment, it's not just the people show up, it's just the passion in the environment and the passion within the players too. It's a lot of it goes to the ACC for the universities. Yep. And the commitment that the athletic departments have made. They have said, hey, women's soccer is important in our programs, and we want to be the best, and we are the best in the ACC. The ACC is the best conference. We have championships at the championships, Final Fours at the Final Fours, all the way down, with obviously Carolina being the lead there. Florida State over the last 10 years have been absolutely incredible. We've had good programs, Wake Forest, Clemson. It goes down the thing. But I think it's been a huge commitment for facilities, for top-notch player recruiting budgets, to say that, hey, women's soccer is important in this area, and we want to be the best. And I think that has established. So the growth has just been phenomenal, and it's been so fun to watch, and I'm just so proud to see what's happening. And I think we're just at the tip of the iceberg on this. I think there's still more to be done in women's soccer. I think we can continue to grow, and I look forward to following the growth of our sport.
And just from somebody who has watched, at the national level, a ton. And have watched, whether it was the old Carolina Courage when they were first here, and the NC Courage here. The game is getting faster and more athletic and more physical. And have you your thoughts on that growth, which also I think leads to the attractive nature that make people want to come out and watch?
Right. The last 3 games that we had number 7 in the country, Notre Dame. We had number 2 in the country at Wake Forest. We had number 4 in the country at Carolina. And it's just the quality of those games. All of them were absolutely the pace it's played at, the athleticism that's on the field, the decision making that's on the field, and the attack. All those teams are committed to be attacking teams, and the goals that were scored. So it has just been unbelievable. And I think the fans have, if you've watched those games, you have gotten your money's worth. And like you said earlier, Cary does an unbelievable job with our conference room. I mean, you've had 4 teams. So the first game will be Wake Forest and Florida State. The second game will be Duke, Carolina, round 3 of this season. So it's those 4 teams could be in the Final Four. We could all be back in Cary. It's not a stretch to say that. There's going to be, we got to all win games before that. And there's a lot of good teams, across the country that want to prevent that. But there's not a stretch to say all 4 of those teams. So the ACC tournament is just as hard as the NCAA tournament to win. It's you're playing a top team in the semifinals, and then whoever wins that, if you survive less than 48 hours, a little bit more than 48
right.
hours, you'll play Sunday afternoon at 12 o'clock for the ACC championship. So
Gosh.
It's a grind. But what it does is it prepares you for the NCAA tournament. You will not see anything in the NCAA tournament that the ACC and the ACC tournament hasn't shown you all the way up till then.
All right, final thing. Are you already packed, and when it's all over, you're out the door?
No,
okay.
I'm not already packed because I've still got both feet here. I'm looking at this office, and it may take me a few days. But
well, they're not going to kick you out.
I got you. But, I will be out soon because, Kieran and Carla, they don't need the old man around. They're in good hands. They can handle things. They're going to handle things. So it won't be too long before I will get out the door. But I will. I'll still continue to be back at basketball games and soccer games and football games. And Duke is in our blood, and it's been unbelievable to us. So it's but we won't. We got some trophies we're trying to win. There's 2 trophies still out there, and we've got some trophies we're trying to win here in the next month before we leave.
Good luck. Go get them. Robbie Church, women's soccer coach at Duke. North Carolina is the opponent tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Wake Med Soccer Park. On the ACC network, if you can't get out there. We will check in again as you guys progress. So thank you so much. Good luck and congratulations on a career that is just awesome, and you have deserved Oak Island.
Thank you, Adam. I appreciate you having us on.
Take care.
Take care.
Robbie Church
Bye-bye.
here on the Adam Gold Show.